So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Basic Instinct. This is a 1992 flick starring Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone. And there's even the firefighter dude from what's that TV show with Dennis Leary and Puerto Rican dude. He's a chubby firefighter dude. You see him playing this Salinas Police. Alright, so this is going to be a rip-off on Vertigo. It's kind of like Vertigo with soft porn. It also reminded me of Matador for some reason. So this movie was heavily protested by so-called gay groups. I think they more accurately called Bolshevik. Sort of imposing their values on everybody in San Francisco, which is nothing unusual for them. God, they even show these Bolsheviks on in the bonus features. It's good for a laugh. But when communists try to impose their values on Hollywood or whatever, private industry, whatever they're trying to accomplish, it always ends up backfiring on them. For instance, this movie set a record in its opening week, and I think it ended up making $40 million or something, which was a lot of money back in those days. So, so the more they protested, the more free publicity this got. Sort of like what happened with Caligula 13 years earlier, but even more on a grand scale, I guess. Well, Caligula made $100 million, but you get the drift of what I'm saying. Everywhere else, San Francisco must look like a really weird Marxism 2.0 place when they see this kind of stuff. But it's par for the course. I mean, you don't see heterosexual groups protesting whenever there's a heterosexual killer, or you want the homosexual to die in the movie because you're heterosexual. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you use the same logic, you could really tear this argument to shreds. But why even bother? I mean, the director is from Holland, is the most socially liberal country on the planet. I mean, for gosh sakes, they allow you to marry your cousin, and homosexuality is considered normal. So what these people are objecting to, I guess, is that the lesbian dies and the bisexual is a killer. The bisexual being Sharon Stone, and the heterosexual, he's not really normal. I mean, he's got his own problems. He likes to shoot people and ask questions later. That's his first issue. Second issue he has, he's an alcoholic. Third, he smokes. Fourth, he fucks any woman that he comes into contact with. And fifth, he drinks a lot. He's an alcoholic. So how this movie is anti-gay, I couldn't follow that part, but whatever. They try to disrupt things. You know, anytime there's some kind of business action happening in San Francisco, like normal peaceful activity, these kind of people will disrupt it. They even had signs in the bonus feature telling people to honk if they like the 49ers, so that would disrupt the flow of shooting, and the producer had to arrest like 26 or 27 of them. I mean, it was just a whole circus trying to get this movie completed. And then, of course, all the free publicity resulted in even more people going to the movie. to see the movie. When it first came out in 1992, I paid it no never mind because, number one, I didn't have a girlfriend that I could watch movies with, and number two, I was more interested in movies like Ed Wood, my friend at the time. He was more interested in like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and Waterworld, those kind of movies. So Fatal Attraction never factored into the mix. I figured if it had Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone as one of these lamestream type Hollywood movies, and I didn't even care about the plot or the protests going on. I didn't even pay attention. So there was that, and getting to the story, Michael Douglas plays the bad lieutenant, this sort of Harvey Keitel detective dude in San Francisco. The movie starts out with a blondie. Her hair is thrashing, and you don't really see her face. She's on top of this dude, and then she takes out some white lace, and she proceeds to stab him with an ice pick. That's the first great scene in this movie. The first of many to come, actually. And then Michael Douglas shows up. He's trying to figure out who done it. You know, the Keystone cops can't figure it out. So they figure Sharon Stone is a prime suspect because she was the guy's boyfriend. It turns out that she likes to meet either people that are going to be killed or people that have killed, just so that they can she can get an idea of how to write her novels, which are basically the same as the murders that play out. So they try to interrogate Sharon Stone since she's a prime suspect, and she's like outwitting the police. She says, "Why would I be so stupid to write a book about a murder that's going to happen, that I'm going to commit?" And Michael Douglas says, "Well, wouldn't that be your alibi?" And so they can't really arrest her because they don't have any physical evidence. So, meanwhile, Michael Douglas is having all kinds of problems at his work. He's getting put on leave. He's in trouble because he keeps shooting first and asking questions later. Like, that happened like 4 times, I think. And he's got drug problems, alcohol problems. He's kind of like Harvey Keitel, basically, bad lieutenant. But you don't really get to see the grimy aspect of his personal problems unless you include the sex scenes in the movie. So basically, he's seeing a psychiatrist as part of his rehabilitation at work, and basically he's having sex with his shrink. Meanwhile, Sharon Stone is seducing him because she's writing a book about him, how he killed people indiscriminately 4 times. And his nickname is the Shooter. So that's kind of ironic because he ends up shooting her with his cum load later on. And there's actually a scene where he's performing cunnilingus, or whatever it's called. He's basically eating her hair pie. There's an infamous scene when she's being interrogated. She says in the movie she doesn't wear any underwear, sort of like Wade Boggs' girlfriend, I guess. So she's like got her legs crossed, and you can see her tan legs. Woohoo! Big deal. But then she opens up her legs, and it looks like she's showing off her shaved vagina, but it's really part of her thigh. in the bonus feature, they say guys think it's her thigh, and women think that it's her vagina. So there's that. It's a controversial scene, and it's supposed to be outrageous, whatever. By the way, the director went on to make Showgirls, so that gives you an idea of where he's coming from. Anyway, so getting back to the plot. So yeah, basically, Michael Douglas falls in love with both these ladies, and you're trying to figure out which one is the killer. Even the ending is kind of ambiguous, so you don't really know who's the killer, but his buddy Gus gets killed by the ice pick, just like Sharon Stone's book. So it seems like every person that Sharon Stone associates herself with ends up getting killed, but the big question mark in this movie is who's the killer. So the Bolsheviks in San Francisco tried to spoil it and say that Sharon Stone was the killer, but really the ending is ambiguous. So they were just showing their own stupidity, and I have nothing further to say about them. It's just par for the course, like I say, in San Francisco, where they ban plastic bags, they have living wage, women's rights, global warming hoax. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with free health care, free education, free college, free preschool. This is all what they're aiming for. It has nothing to do with homosexuality. It's more of their political aims that they're trying to push on people. So that's about all I have to say about them. I'm not going to harp on it too much. I just thought it was amusing, and it was funny because I ended up giving the movie 5 stars. So if you know that some religious groups or some kind of homosexual groups from San Francisco are protesting a movie, that usually means that it's a great movie. It's kind of funny how that works. But anyway, I'm getting sick. I better take some cough syrup and let y'all go now. This is going past 13 minutes. Have a good night, y'all. I'm gonna try to make this the effects on this video look cool with the dark background and the pretty colors later.